Hello, friends. I want to tell you a story. So, early in my career, I was working as a call center rep for Nationwide Insurance. I was really driven, I was super motivated to accelerate my career, but I felt stuck in a role that was great training ground, but yeah, not fulfilling long term. And I was becoming increasingly impatient with the lack of movement in my job until a good friend asked me a question that really opened my eyes to the importance of intentionally building my brand. And he said, "What do you want people to think about you before they meet you? And what do you want them to say afterward?" Hmm. The question made me realize I needed to architect my brand so the right reputation precedes me and my actions confirm its accuracy. Think about any luxury brand. Say the Four Seasons, for example. Before you arrive, you anticipate this amazing service, high quality amenities, and a friction-free experience, right? And when you leave, your expectations will likely have been validated by your actual experience. And honey, believe me, I had the pleasure of staying there and wearing one of those amazing robes. Yes, please. So we all must ponder, what do we want people to think about us before they meet us? And what do we want them to say afterward? So, exactly how are brands or reputations created? Our brand is the sum of every impression we make. You're forming an impression of me right now that will shape whether we decide to work together or whether you recommend me to somebody else. And based on what you think of me, I may or may not win your or somebody else's business. That's how this works. Through our demeanor, actions, communication, and contributions, we create trending patterns of impressions that accumulate and define our brand. I like to refer to these touch points where we create impressions as our onstage moments. Whether you're literally on stage like I am right now, or in a one-on-one meeting with your boss, in a brainstorming session with colleagues, posting on social media, or sending an email, all those moments accumulate and shape your reputation. So, as it relates to steering your career journey, we must choose to be intentional and mindful about how we show up for those onstage moments. And once you identify your desired brand, use those labels like a mantra before every onstage moment. For example, I want to be seen as positive, empathetic, and thought provoking. So before every onstage moment, I remind myself to be positive, empathetic, and thought provoking. And most times it comes naturally. But oh, in those tense and intimidating situations, that brand mantra guides my intentionality versus getting caught up in stress or emotions and risk damage to my brand. Your brand mantra, friends, is a powerful guide for your behaviors, thoughts, and actions. But to be intentional about anything, we must first define our purpose, our why. So often we need to have an excellent reputation because it's wise, and we know we need that, but what is your real reason? What is your why? Sometimes labeling our goals can be challenging. Like, we know we should do it because it's good for our careers, but pinpointing our why can be really difficult. Like, I know I need to take a multivitamin because it's good for me, but knowing exactly what I'm trying to accomplish will inform the vitamin I take. Knowing what you need to accomplish will inform the design of your brand. So, to help you jumpstart your reasoning and identify your why, I'd like to share some examples based on stories about a few savvy brand builders I know. Here's the first why: the right brand helps with career advancement. Friends, it is not about who you know, it's about who knows you and what they think of you. A friend of mine, her name is Jess. She's been with her company for about 5 years, and she's consistently delivered good work. However, when a leadership role opened up, her manager overlooked her and selected a colleague who'd been at the company for a lot less time. And so she came to me for guidance because she was incredibly upset and was honestly starting to feel like a victim. But as I examined what really happened to Jess, this other colleague volunteered on various committees. They sought out special projects, and as a result, created more on-stage moments with senior leaders. So her colleague became the clear choice. Now remember, it's not about who you know. It's about who knows you and what they think about you. That's what matters. Another reason for branding is some build a reputation to increase visibility and get recognized. When you brand yourself as a knowledgeable resource, you create more opportunities to work on impactful projects. It's just how it works. A friend of mine is a data analyst in marketing, and during team meetings, she regularly shares insights on innovating and improving campaign performance, and she even offers to train colleagues on data tools. She is now seen as the go-to expert for analytics at her company, and leadership often even involves her in really high-level discussions regarding analytics. Another reason is to build influence and credibility. A coaching client of mine, Alex, is a senior level manager at a large firm, and Alex is so desperately wants to influence company policies regarding flexible work. He's really smart. He has great ideas, yet he struggles to get buy-in from leadership. Meanwhile, his colleague Anita, she's built a reputation as an expert in workplace culture through presentations, LinkedIn articles. She's an active participant in HR associations, and as a result, she's often invited to speak on the topic of flexible work in front of the executives at her association events. Being visibly engaged internally and externally and online has established her brand as a credible expert and influencer. A well crafted personal brand allows you to transition into new roles by showcasing your expertise before the opportunity even arises. I have another friend, Raj. He's worked in IT for years and he's always dreamed of moving into cybersecurity. He started posting on LinkedIn about cybersecurity trends. He earned certifications and mentored junior employees in this field. And I'm happy to share that just recently, a cybersecurity role opened up internally at his firm, and his manager immediately thought of him for the position. Great work is not enough, friends. It is not enough. And to ensure your success in the future, you must make your value known, build relationships, and be seen as indispensable. It protects you. A coaching client of mine, Michael, always worked hard but preferred to stay behind the scenes, assuming his efforts would just be noticed someday. And when the company shifted priorities, leadership identified key players for those new opportunities. While Michael remained overlooked, one of his other colleagues had built strong relationships, shared insights, and positioned herself as an expert. She wasn't just selected to be on the new team, she was chosen to lead it. And this made Michael realize that visibility matters, and he wanted to do great things and get recognized for it. So he began to speak up more. He turned on his camera during virtual meetings. He started offering solutions and engaging much more than ever before. And over time, he has now built a strong reputation, and he is seen as a valuable and indispensable expert. Your reputation takes time to build through the accumulation of impressions created through those onstage moments, friends. However, it can be damaged in an instant. Perhaps you've seen others' missteps work like wrecking balls to their reputations. And I don't know about you, but I've learned a lot from success, but even more from failure. And when we intentionally examine and learn from our own and other people's mistakes, we can gain wisdom without learning the hard way. So now I want to share some often unintentional yet common ways we can damage our street cred and our reputations. So drum roll, please. Here are the top 10 ways we damage our reputation. Number 10, inconsistency in work performance. Here's the problem. Delivering great work one day and mediocre work the next creates doubt and unreliability. I know so many well-intentioned, overloaded people who drop the ball in the juggle of life and miss deadlines or fail to follow through on commitments. And when this happens, it erodes trust. So, how do you fix it? Maintain consistency by setting clear goals, manage your time effectively, and prioritizing quality. Number 9, poor communication habits. Here's the problem. Overusing filler words, being long-winded, Avoiding speaking up in meetings or failing to respond promptly to emails makes you seem uncollaborative, uncertain, and disengaged. You don't drunk text and you don't email when angry, okay? How do you fix it? Be clear, concise, positive, and proactive in communications. Speak with confidence and ensure timely responses to requests. This is my jam, friends. So if you need help with this, drop me an email at hello@melissamajors.com so I can help you. Okay. Number 8. This one stings. Okay. A lack of professionalism online. Oh boy. Here's the problem. Complaining about work colleagues or leadership on social media damages credibility. And I see so much of this happening these days. And oh, it just hurts my heart. It really does. I just witnessed a firefighter bad mouthing their department online. And first responders, they are a loyal bunch, y'all. And although this firefighter may have been truthful about being mistreated, blasting their grievances online ultimately led to the demise of their career. There are proper internal channels for grievances. Your Facebook channel ain't one of them. Please don't make that mistake because what you say online will be permanently associated with your brand. You can't shake it, ever. Number 7, being a chronic complainer. Ugh. Here's the problem. Focusing on issues without offering solutions makes you seem difficult to work with, period. Negativity affects team morale. So, how do you fix it? Be solutions focused. If you discuss issues, be prepared to share recommendations to solve the problem you're discussing. Number 6, avoiding visibility and engagement. Here's the problem. Keeping your head down and only doing the bare minimum results in being overlooked for growth opportunities and special assignments. It does. So, how do you fix it? Speak up. Speak up in meetings, volunteer for projects, and take opportunities to share your expertise. Number 5, over promising and under delivering. Here's the problem. Saying yes to everything, but failing to deliver creates a reputation of being unreliable. How do you fix this? Be honest about your workload and ensure you follow through on commitments with quality results, friends. Number 4, office gossip and political games. Here's the problem. Engaging in workplace gossip or trying to climb the ladder at the expense of others damages trust. Remember, if people will talk to you about others, they'll talk about you to others. And so gossiping, it's messy and it diminishes others' reputations. Don't be a reputation wrecker. So, how do you fix this? Stay professional and focus on building genuine, positive relationships. Number 3, resistance to feedback and growth. Here's the problem. Getting defensive when you're receiving feedback makes you seem difficult to work with and uncoachable, and it demonstrates a fixed, not growth mindset. So, how do you fix it? Proactively solicit feedback with an open mind and continuously look for ways to grow and improve. A poll feedback question I recommend is what you can ask is, what can I do to support you even better? And then once you ask that question, sit back, zip it, and just listen to the gift of feedback that you're receiving. Number 2, being unreliable or disorganized. Here's the problem. Missing deadlines, being late to meetings, or forgetting important tasks makes you seem untrustworthy, period. So how do you fix it? Use organizational tools and strategies to stay on top of your responsibilities. I love the new AI-powered virtual assistant tools. My favorite is Fathom. Check it out. They have significantly boosted my ability to stay organized and on top of my to-do list. Leverage AI to become a better human and build a better brand for yourself, friends. Last but not least, number 1, not advocating for yourself at work. Here's the problem. Assuming your work will speak for itself can result in being overlooked. Failing to communicate achievements makes it really easy for others to overlook all that you do. So, how do you fix it? No one can read your mind or observe everything that you do. So, you need to illuminate your achievements, not brag, but inform. Share your successes and contributions in a confident, professional manner. Keep leadership informed of your impact, friends. Some of the emotions that can get in the way and wreck our reputations, number one is anxiety. Like so many people feel social anxiety. They feel nervous in social settings, especially when meeting new people, or they feel nervous in front of the camera. And so they'll turn their camera off. So when you turn it back on, it just can increase your level of anxiety. Another one is just performance anxiety. The pressure to make a great, strong impression can lead us to overthinking or avoiding preparation. Oh, imposter syndrome is another one, self-doubt. Emotions related to that, like believing you don't belong, you aren't worthy, can really undermine your efforts and cause you to fumble your performance. That's what all of these pesky emotions do, is cause us to fumble our performance. When we feel any kind of social threat, like social anxiety or performance anxiety or feeling imposter syndrome, or we're comparing ourselves, our brain gets irrational. It does because it goes into a threat state. And so you've heard fight, flight, or freeze. That's what happens. And when we are in that threat state, we become irrational. We fumble our performance. We don't show up as our best selves. And so I want to teach you a hack that can pull you out of that threat state back into your zone, your high performance zone. And it works like this. Do it with me. Take a very deep breath. Now force more air into your lungs and let it out slowly. Do you notice just after that little bit of breath work, you feel even more calm? When you're in a moment and you feel yourself becoming triggered where you might fumble your performance, if you do that breathing trick, and you can do it so it's not audible, it'll bring you back down, because what happens in our bodies is when our lungs are full of air, it sends a signal to our brains that we're safe and we don't need to feel threatened or on edge, and it'll calm you down. So try that in the moment when you think you might wreck your or fumble your onstage moment. Use that breathing trick to hack your brain and pull you back into your zone. Oftentimes, I see those pesky emotions get in the way when people are in meetings and they get really passionate and rattled and they don't communicate clearly and they get angry, or they may cuss and fuss and pound the desk. That is not the reputation that you likely want to build. And even if you've built a great one and you have a bad moment like that, it's like a wrecking ball and it can wreck your reputation. So instead of getting too passionate, anytime you need to convey something that is deeply important to you, gesture anywhere to your heart region. And it will send the message to the people listening to you that whatever you're talking about is extremely important. Friends, I want you to build the right reputation that precedes you, so you can achieve the career journey that you dream of. And so I hope that I have shared some things here today that will help you do just that. Did you feel how sincere I was about that message? I mean it. And if there's anything I can do to help you thrive as you're building your brand, or you have an onstage moment and you want some help preparing, give me a call, friends, or send me an email. I'm always available at hello@melissamajors.com. And speaking of building brands, friends, I am trying to expand my brand on LinkedIn. And so when you're on LinkedIn, friends, it's a really great tool to build your brand. Be active on LinkedIn. Post and comment on other people's posts at least 3 times a week to help build your reputation. I am working to elevate my own brand. And one of the ways that I can do that is by increasing the number of people that I'm connected with on LinkedIn. So I have a favor. If you enjoyed this session and you really got something out of it, will you connect with me on LinkedIn? You can just search me up or scan that QR code there. But if you enjoyed this session, help me build my brand and connect with me on LinkedIn or YouTube or any one of my social media channels so that we can stay in touch. Again, friends, I wish you the very best at building the reputation you want to precede you. And if I can help you in any way, don't hesitate to reach out. Take care.